Yeah, good evening, students. This is one chapter that is methods. Now, it's a new topic, new concept which you need to understand before you write programs. This method is used in Java basically to make the programming easier. Now, what all things it includes that it includes a definition. See in the notes over here. Method is basically a block of statement grouped together by a name to perform a particular task or operations of a program. So it's basically a definition. It will come in the exam. So it's a block of statements grouped together. Multiple statements grouped together to perform a particular task or operations of a program. So this is what is method definition. Now question may arise that why do we need methods in a Java or in a program? What is the need of that? So some basic needs of programs, methods in a program, that is basically to reuse the code over here. You can see here over here. Suppose to perform certain operation multiple times, that means to use that code multiple times in a program, we need methods. Same kind of thing you are performing again and again, we use method, that is to reuse the code. Second is to parameterize the code. Parameterize the code. As of now, you just understand this parameterize the code. I will explain you the example. It helps to achieve a top-down approach, programming approach. It helps to make the programming simple, that is to simplify. Hence, it reduces the complexities. Okay, and the next one is over here is a program that uses methods occupies less memory space and execute faster. This is because program size becomes small. Size of the program becomes small over here. Now suppose, for example, if I say suppose we need to perform an operations, that is to add two numbers. So to do this, we need to write a small piece of code like this. The small piece of code is look over here. I've given a class name as a method demo. Three variables are declared, that is A and B, to add two numbers, and sum to store the result of A and B. Now in this small piece of code, suppose that this is the requirement to add two numbers. Now if the new requirement comes over here is to add four numbers, what you will do? You will do like this. You will declare this A, B, C, D, and you will write this one here in the program. Okay, and you will assign C and D some values to add four numbers. So again, now see, we are declaring two variables C, D are added in the code, which makes the size of the program big, hence takes more memory, and it will slow the execution time of program. Simple thing it is. If we use more variables, it will increase the program size, it will take more memory, and the execution time, the performance will degrade. Now again, if the requirement is add float or double type values, here you can see that I have added integer type values. Now the new requirement is over here like this. See the code over here, second program here. Integer type also required in the program, and double type also required in the program. So what we will do? Again, double type C and D, and one variable to store C and D result, and one variable to store A and B result here. So see, one extra line and few more variables you need for this. You can see in the I'm showing with the cursor over here. So which generally which increases the code size of program. This is the basic thing. This is the basic thing, or the basic problems if we don't use methods in while doing a particular task or operation. Here the task is what? We are adding two numbers. We are adding two numbers in with the help of Java program. Clear? Now see in the explanation, in the Java program, we have done the additions but with the different data types. That is one integer and double. Which has made the program size bigger as compared to the first segment of code shown above. This is the first segment of code, this one. Here only integer type. Now the new requirement is we need a double type also. So we need to declare these variables and assign some values over there of double type. To solve all these mentioned problems above, we need to declare method one time. And we call them from our main method multiple times, hence making it more simple. So this is the basic thing. Now there are certain syntax to declare a method. Access specifier, that is public or private. If it is public, it can be accessed outside the class. If it is private, it is inside the class only. integer type, that is the return type, that if it is integer, float or double, if you mention the function as integer, float or double, it will return some value, and for that return statement is must in a program. But if the return type is void you write over here, then no need to write a return statement there. I will show you the example later on. Now method name is add, that is up to you. This is a user defined method. Chapter is user defined methods. You can give any method name of your choice. Add 1, add 2, for subtraction you can give sub1, sub2, division for doing divisions, multiplications, mul1, mul2, and any name you can give with the choice. And this to the parameter list. So if you need 2 parameters, you can pass int a, int b. If you need 4 parameters, you can write int a, int b, int c, int d. Now see, this addition program I have done with the help of a Java program using methods in the Java program. So you can see in the console over here. So I've declared one method over here, that is main method. Sorry, a class over here first, that is a method demo. Now I've declared one variable, that is sum. Now this sum variable I have declared inside the class, but say outside the method one. See, inside the class I have declared this sum, but outside this method, this is the method body. Sorry, this is the method declaration. The method declaration includes access specifier, return type, method name, parameter list or argument list. I repeat, method declaration includes these things: access specifier, return type, the method name, parameter list. Clear? So method declaration is also known as method header. Method header, it is a method signature or method prototype. We can say method signature or method header. Now see, inside the method, whatever is written, whatever the lines are written inside the method, including these 2 brackets, this part is known as method definition. Means what this method will do, what this add method will do, it will add 2 numbers. The actual working of the method is mentioned in the method definition. What is the actual working of the method? This add method will add 2 numbers. No, this actual working of this method is mentioned in the method definition. That is the method body. Method definition is also known as method body. Method declaration is also known as method signature or method header. So method declaration includes what things? Access specifier, return type. It is integer type, that means it will return some value. See, integer is written there, return statement is must. If you don't give integer here, if you give void, so no need to write this statement. But if you give this, but you don't give this, then it will throw an error. You can check in the machine. The return statement is needed here. These are the parameter list, two types of parameters here. Now, if this sum variable is declared outside the method here, see, this is the method scope, method body. From this bracket to this bracket, this is method body. If you declare this sum inside this, then only add method is accessible to this variable sum. But whenever declare this one here, it is called instance variable. Whenever you declare sum inside here, int sum here, then it is local variable, because local variables are declared inside a method. But if it is declared outside a method, inside a class, it is an instance variable. Clear? Now one more method I have declared here is display, to display the result here of sum. Simple. This is the method body again, this is the method declaration. So it is void here, it will not return any value over here. Now from the main method, what I am doing in the main method, a program must have a main method. In the main method, I am creating an object of this class method demo. See, OB is the object here. Now, we have to call these methods, as these methods are not static, non-static methods. Add is a non-static. I have not written here static here. See, it's a non-static method. So, methods which are non-static, those methods must be called using an object. See, ob.add. Now, how many parameters are there? How many parameters? 2 parameters. So, I am passing 2 arguments here, or 2 parameters here. If it is int a, int b, int c there, then we pass 10, 20, 30 over here. So whenever you are calling this method, this is a method calling using object, because it's a non-static method, add. Non-static method must be called with the help of objects. Okay. Now later on I will tell you the concept of static. Don't worry about that. Now again, after calling that, this 10 and 20 are called actual arguments, and a and b are called formal arguments. The 10 will be passed to a, and 20 will pass to b over here. So you can see here, 20 will pass to b over here. Now once it is called, the control of the program will jump here in the method, this body here, and assign a as 20, b as 10, a as 10 and b as 20. and it will perform this operation sum, then it will return some values. Then again we'll call this function to display the result. So if we compile this, see, it's no syntax error. Now if I run this code, so we'll get this output like this. See, sum equal to 30. Sum equal to 30. You can see the output over here. Sum equal to 30. See, what is the advantage here? Suppose if I need 3 variables here, we don't need to write, just we'll add here int c. Just we'll write here plus c here. I can show you over here. That is plus c. So we'll be getting here. How many parameters are passed here? 3 parameters. No. So we have to mention the parameters using comma. Int a comma b comma c, 3 parameters. So just change over here. Just change over here. Multiple times you don't have to write the code. Just 3 parameters. You need 3 parameters. So write 3 a comma b comma c and pass it, compile it. See, it's no syntax error. Again we'll get 10 plus 20 plus 30. That is equal to 60. See, this output over here is 60. Getting it, students? Now suppose if you want suppose you want int a and suppose float a double b, suppose double type double b. Let's check over here, double b. So a is what type? Integer type. So we have to pass a 10 or integer type value over here in the parameter, in the actual parameter, in the actual parameter list. This is the formal parameter list. This is the formal parameter list. This is the actual parameter list. Okay. Now b is double type, so we have to pass it in double type value 20.0, give it 0.0. So result will be 30.0. Compile it. 1 minute, wait, student. See, it is some mistake is over here. Is 20.0. 1 minute, wait. Just a minute. This required a concept of method overloading. I'll tell you later on. But using method we can achieve this using only integer type over here. That is a simple thing. That is int a and b. We're passing here 20, 10, 20. That is we're getting the result is 30. See. So actual use of method is, see, we are writing this code. This is the main program segment here. This we are declaring a method over one time. We can call multiple times. Here, see, in the main method you're calling this add method multiple times by changing the parameter. Suppose you need 5, 10. You need to, now the new requirement is, suppose we need 100, 200. Suppose you need 100 and 200 over here. Again, you don't have to write any code or changing the code here. Just pass the parameter 100, 200 in the main method. Now see the result. It will give the result for this one. See, it is 300. Getting it? So I hope it is clear with students. Just go through.